I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and have fun with everyone else, but it's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her, and I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone and start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. But now it's a little bit easier for me to do that. I stand up from the desk and sit on the one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Well, actually, didn't do anything, but I can tell you want to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts. How are you even able to tell what I was thinking like that? Well, it's something I do a lot, so it was not hard for me to spot based on your posture and expressions. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only a concern of those who willingly share that experience. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping it to themselves, but if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's not really that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, it seems a little bit off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Is it? Sorry? I didn't mean to say something stupid. No, it's not that. I just don't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have always been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. And perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. David, worlds full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold stories behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah. So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match the way she is feeling inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looks like she was fully occupying her thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that wasn't the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes, her expression gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware of when there. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you give me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. So I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. Sorry. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. Ah, that's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be able to take my mind off this whole thing anyway. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Yeah, you go for that. Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better is a nice cup of tea. Oh, that'd be lovely. Not to mention for yourself as well. I'll have a cuppa. Yuri stands up, makes her way to the closet. Oh, is that where we keep the tea? That makes sense. Okay. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold it for a sec? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in to the teacher's desk and then we'll get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. Same to watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts to her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why that? Shall we go? Yeah, let's go. Where are you two off to? What? Nowhere? What? What? We're just... What? Yuri was going to make some tea, so, you know. I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to be explaining this to Monica. Am I in trouble? We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? What? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell or do you want me to tell there's something wrong with helping involve David in club activities? My mouth gapes. Oh my god. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, David. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. I think we're in trouble. What's in the hallway? She suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, I mean, just apologize when we get back. It's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it. There's something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. Yeah? What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I was expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that, David. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away, and you can just go back and apologize. You can be like, I don't know what came over me. I'm sorry I snapped. And Monica's going to respond with, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't know why I asked either. And then we'll all hug. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a little rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? You can't hate someone from emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. David, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? What? Yeah, let's go. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Oh. Yuri sets temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Okay. You set an electric kettle? Pretty sure they're just on and off, aren't they? Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less while I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Hoo-hoo! In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now, is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I should try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, David. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I want you to pour a cup of tea for each of us. David, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why? It's a little bit easier on my back. Yes. Right. Sure. Yes. We can do that. I can lean my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Yeah, I bet you do. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Yeah, my posture bad too. Always hunched over like that while reading. Yeah. I have terrible reading posture. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Yeah, let's do it. I'll go ahead and get the book. I'll retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Maybe I should give that to Sayori, to be fair. I take it since it'll go well with tea. Okay, fair enough. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading posture as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Yeah, she fucking has, by the way. She wears her intense reading expression as I can only presume the world around her is fading. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little bit. I put the teacup between my leg and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry, I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might go smudgies on the pages. That's true. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading it from it. But as a result, my left arm is practically resting on top of her leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already focused on reading again. Take the chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation is completely natural. But that means I can't stop. I apprehensively place chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Dude, did I just? Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. David, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, yep, sure, yep, friends. Not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to her book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. This time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breath. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. Oh my god. We were definitely caught. It's time to share poems. David, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yes, that's a 2-person job. Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay, thanks. The spell abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah, both of the cups. Yep, yeah, the teacups. Tea. Yep. Yuri picks up the cups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without a word between us. I get a feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Hang on. Okay.